Bob Kelly here's claim to fame came from AppDeploy. So he says, but I personally heard more of another brand that's called ITNinja.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Bob?
I used to always have to say formally AppDeploy,
Okay.
because people knew AppDeploy as a brand that they really liked. And then it became ITNinja because, you know, I got budget, I got a team of developers. We actually wrote from the ground up a whole new forum.
Okay.
You know, the idea was it was going to be tag-based, it was going to be more Q&A instead of forum. There was a lot of, you know, gamification. I really wanted people to have points and be motivated to try to compete with their peers. So I had a lot of ideas, and then I had a team to build it. So there was a concern that I kind of saturated the market in terms of people that were interested. And it's funny, like when it first started, you were, you know, like 500, 600, 1,000. When it was 30, when it was 300, I mean, I was watching those numbers and really excited about it. And everybody was like, wow, 300 people.
Right.
And people were like, nobody cares about this but you. Like, I'm like, no, every building you look at, there's a guy that's responsible for updating all those computers, for rolling them out, keeping Windows up to date, getting new applications out there, getting applications updated. And you can't do that running around with a CD, or then a DVD, or then a USB stick, or even over the network.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of work, and that's somebody's job, and they care about this.
Okay.
So I really had to, you know, I didn't try to convince people. I just told everybody they were wrong, and luckily I was right. But the
You did it for the right reasons. And
Right.
You believed in it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
this was post-acquisition from Dell, by Dell.
yeah. So following the acquisition by Dell, you know, they appreciated that we had something of value, and wanted to give me the resources to make it better. But so the name change came from the idea that it needs to maybe expand beyond the topic of application deployment alone,
Okay.
and be more open. And so while searching for what domain names were available, which were within reason to purchase, came across ITNinja. I forget what it costed, but we bought it from somebody, and it was it fit because it was generic enough. I had to convince a bunch of people that to be an ITNinja was something that people understood, like ninja guru.
Okay.
It's become more accepted and understood today, but back when I was trying to pitch it,
Which is
people were like
2000 what?
2008, 9?
Okay.
No, way after that. I don't know.
Your memory of a 60-year-old guy.
Yes, I'm too old. So the downside, the most painful thing for me was the day we flipped the switch.
Okay.
So we built this new thing, and you know, we'd been working on it for a year, and it was like, you have to launch.
Okay.
Like, we've been waiting too long.
They'll pressure you to launch.
Yeah, they were like, you know, you guys have been at this too long. You can't wait till it's perfect. You know, it's minimally viable. Product is complete. You need to get it out the door. And so the day we threw the switch and cut it over, people just lost their minds. Hated it.
Okay.
The user experience was poor. We merged two concepts of the software knowledge base and the package knowledge base, which was like basic inventory information and then curated tips,
Okay.
and mushed them together and then made them tag-based. But you'd have to know what tag. And so finding things became a challenge on day one. So every day people are used to coming to AppDeploy and finding, how do I deploy this application, and finding their page with those tips on it very easily. That user experience just wasn't there. And so I saved some. I should pull them out and you know, hide the author and share them, because they were brutal.
Okay.
People were swearing at me, and people were really, really mad.
Took it personal.
Yeah, like, well, yeah, this is a free resource. I can't believe people would take it so personally and get so upset. And obviously I didn't try to hurt it, but we did definitely launch too soon.
Yeah.
And the big thing we learned is we needed a UX guy on the team.
Okay.
And we got a UX guy on the team. He's really good. And within a couple of months, we had, you know, because we're an agile team. This is where I first started getting into agile, you know, project management. And so we had regular iterations. Every month there'd be a major update, and it got better. And, you know, within a year, it was very solid. Within 2 years, it was pretty damn good. But during that time,
2 years of hits.
Yeah.
So
I mean, 2 years
fast forward to
before I
today.
was 100% happy with it, but it met the mark sooner than that. But
Okay, so fast forward to today. We're
Yep.
here at Microsoft Ignite 2018. Do you still find people out in the hallways that stop you and say, "Hey, Bob, you killed AppDeploy"?
no, thankfully, thankfully that wasn't the mark. So people do come up and say really positive things about how they used to really love AppDeploy and how it helped them with their career, and very inspiring stories that really make me happy, to have had a part in that.
Okay.
Even to the extent that because ITNinja kind of became more of a case support community, and the more application management stuff kind of got downplayed over just by nature of the audience and how it changed, I decided to reboot it. So about a year and a half ago, I launched App Details, which was really a rewrite on my own of AppDeploy using WordPress.
Oh.
I did it in quite a bit less
Separate
time.
endeavors there. Okay.
Yeah, a bunch of plugins, but back in the original days, I had to write it all myself. Now there's platforms, so I was able to do it in relatively short time.
If you had Secunia research back then, you would know that WordPress is probably one of the most vulnerable software pieces out there.
Yeah,
You will not use it.
well, and then it's patched all the time, right?
And it's patchable. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
there's
They are
updates.
very good at issuing patches, but people are not very good at patching them. I think I read a statistic out there about 35% of the web runs on WordPress.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So that's ITNinja and App Details. And this was late 2010s, 2013 maybe?
Sure.
Okay. And then you have a couple of years at Dell
Yeah.
as a product manager.
Yeah, I was a product manager with Dell for quite a while. So my run with Case to the end was about 10 years.
Wow.
Then I took about a year off working on some of my own projects like App Details.
Okay.
And then got this gig at Flexera, which is really awesome because I'm coming in and I'm meeting people that knew who I was at the company.
Right. Except me, right?
Except you.
Like, hi, I'm Bob. Hi, I'm Alejandro. Who are you? I don't know you. And everybody's like, oh, Bob. Can I have an autograph? Ridiculous. Who's this guy?
Yes, I think so
He
too.
thinks he's a star.
I don't.
So hold on to those thoughts because I think that deserves its own episode of this thing we're doing.
All right.
All right?
Sounds good.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll discuss that facet of Bob's career in the next episode. Cheers.